Hello, today we'll be talking about Gloom, the evolution of Oddish who evolves at level 21. Gloom's past PYC dates are April 10th, 1996, January 30th, 1999, November 20th, 2001, September 10th, 2004, July 2nd, 2007, April 22nd, 2010, February 10th, 2013, December 2nd, 2015, September 2nd, 2018, and July 13th, 2021. I'm not a huge fan of its design. Let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Gloom, the weed Pokemon, whose number is 0044. This is what it looks like. Its type is Grass Poison. Abilities, Chlorophyll. Stench is its hidden ability. Gender ratio, 50-50. Catch rate, 120 or 24.9%. Breeding, egg group Grass. Hatch time, 20 cycles. Height, 2'7" or 0.8 meters. Weight, 19 pounds or 8.6 kilograms. Base experience yield 132 in the first 4 gens and 138 in Gen 5+. Leveling rate is medium slow. EV yield is 2, both in special attack. Shape is that, footprint is that. Pokedex color is blue, base friendship is 70. Gloom is a dual-type grass poison Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. It evolves from Oddish at level 21 and evolves into either Vileplume when exposed to a leaf stone or Blossom when exposed to a sunstone. Biology. Gloom is a blue bipedal, Brachygia-like Pokemon with rudimentary hands and feet. On its head is a flower with a spherical petal surrounded by 4 reddish-brown leaves. The petals are a dark reddish-brown and have white spots. A female displays a single, large spot on each petal, while a male will have many smaller spots. Gloom's eyes are wide and often appear closed, and its lips are thin and purple. Gloom's eyes are seen in the anime. Vileplume here, and a couple Blossoms and Hoppip. Gloom trickles sticky nectar from its mouth with the appearance and consistency of drool. This can be used as a fertilizer for plants. Both this nectar and flower on Gloom's head releases a foul odor strong enough to induce fainting on humans over a mile, 1.6 kilometers, away. However, it can also attract prey, and even a very small number of humans find it pleasing. This odor is a key ingredient for some perfume production. When it is in danger, the odor worsens, but it will not emit its odor if it feels safe. Gloom lives in grassy plains. In Gen 1, Petal Dance was its signature move. It's also a Bulbasaur, so these are all just Pokemon that have flowers or plants growing on them. That's cute. I'm sure there's some context in the series for that. Evolution. Gloom evolves from Oddish and evolves into either Vileplume or Blossom, so you can see that here. Game data, Pokedex entries, in Gen 1, in red and blue. The fluid that oozes from its mouth isn't drool. It is a nectar that is used to attract prey. In yellow, smells incredibly foul. However, around 1 out of 1,000 people enjoy sniffing its nose-bending stink. In Stadium, the horrible smelling pistol of this flower stinks over a mile away. Unwittingly inhaled, it can cause fainting. In Gen 2 and Gold, what appears to be drool is actually sweet honey. It is very sticky and clings stubbornly if touched. In Silver, it secretes a sticky drool like honey. Although sweet, it smells too repulsive to get very close. Crystal. The smell of its drool like syrup, and the pollen on its petals is so bad it may make opponents faint. Stadium 2 is just gold again. In Gen 3 in Ruby, Gloom releases a foul fragrance from the pistil of its flower. When faced with danger, the stench worsens. If this Pokemon is feeling calm and secure, it does not release its usual stinky aroma. In Sapphire, from its mouth, Gloom drips honey that smells absolutely horrible. Apparently, it loves the horrid stench. It sniffs the noxious fumes, and then drips even more of its honey. Emerald. A horrible, noxious honey drools from its mouth. One whiff of the honey can result in memory loss. Some fans are said to enjoy this overwhelming stink, however. In Fire Red, its pistils exude an incredibly foul odor. The horrid stench can cause fainting at a distance of 1.25 miles, or 2 kilometers. Leaf Green is Red and Blue's entry again. In Gen 4, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, the honey it drools from its mouth smells so atrocious it can curl noses more than a mile away. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they're Gold and Silver counterparts. In Gen 5, the Pokedex entries are Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum's entry. In Gen 6, X is very similar to Yellow's entry, but it is slightly different, so we'll read it. Smells incredibly foul. However, around 1 out of 1,000 people enjoy sniffing its nose-bending stink. Why is this the Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and Gen 5 entries? Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they're Ruby and Sapphire counterparts. In Gen 7, the Let's Go games are X's entry. In Gen 8, Sword is Fire Red's entry. Shields is the Gold entries. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are very similar to their Diamond and Pearl counterparts, but slightly different, so I'll read it. The nectar that it drools from its mouth smells so atrocious that it can make noses curl from more than a mile away. In Gen 9, Scarlet's entry is the Red, Blue, and Leaf Greens. Violet's is the Silver entries, but they replace honey with nectar. I'm not going to read it again. So here it is in the Blueberry Pokedex. So in the background appears to be Deerling, Milcery, and Smeargle. Game locations, side game locations, events, held items. Pokemon caught in Gen 1 must be traded to a Gen 2 game in order for held item to appear. In Red, Blue, and Yellow, you get a Berry 100% of the time. In Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Sword, and Shield, you get Absorb Bulb 5% of the time. Stats, base stats, HP 60, attack 65, defense 70, special attack 85, special defense 75, speed 40, for a total of 395. This Pokemon's special base stat in Gen 1 was 85. Pokethon stats, type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, poison, ground, rock, bug, ghost, steel, dragon, and dark. It's weak to flying, fire, psychic, and ice for double. Immune to nothing. Resistant to fighting, water, grass, electric, and fairy, all for half, except for grass, which is a fourth. Notes, in Gen 1, the effectiveness of bug-type moves is 4. So it went from 4 to 1. Learn set will go down to 26 here. 26 Toxic, 32 Moonblast, 38 Grassy Terrain, 44 Moonlight, and 50 Petal Dance. By TM we're skipping, by breeding we're skipping, nothing by prior evolution, side gain data, Pokemon Ranger, in the browser entry, Gloom blasts gas with a horrible stench. It hides in soil with only its head showing. In Shadows of Omia, it attacks by scattering clouds of poisonous pollen. In Guardian Signs, it creates vines around itself that make Pokemon slowed. In Pokemon Go, Gloom can be obtained by completing 1/6 of the special research, a 7-colored shadow. I already read the evolution data thing yesterday, I'm not reading it again. So they got all this, did that yesterday as well. Sprites, right. This one was also a black sprite, referring to yesterday's Oddish. It starts off as a black body here. It becomes red and yellow, that's gotta be a mistake, right? That's very interesting. So the planet, it really doesn't change much. It maybe gets a little bit bigger as time goes on, but, more defined image, I guess. Generally, it doesn't really change, right? So there's the dark blue here, then we got the golden hair and the green body. Yep. Okay, so then you got the correct colors here, or at least the body here. The plant is now brown, and these are kind of an orange. So then the body is green here, with sort of golden leaves and a bright, lighter brown bulb, flower. So that's actually correct, I think. It finally gets corrected in Fire Red. So then that doesn't really change, though, these colors. But the colors of the mouth. I didn't even notice the mouth. So the mouth's not all that white, from these kind of. That was for the movie. And it's orange and yellow, orange, yellow, or maybe more closer to the gold, I guess. But it gains the purple mouth in Fire Red and Leaf Green. So it gains a red mouth for the shiny. Okay, so here. Oh my goodness, what? Oh no, it's more obvious. Okay, no. So the ball, the flower, the single dot versus the multiple dots for the gender difference. This is now a different grain, and now it's all, this is more of a, I don't know, a different color gold, I guess. It's more of an orange gold or something, and this is like straight gold. So, and then these are more yellow, a little bit more.
kind of like meatballs. Yeah, and then it all basically stays the same. Like these change orientation. I think the leaves. Yep. Not much of a difference as we go here. Now on the 3D models, very pudgy for this first group. Very interesting. Doesn't kind of lose the pudginess. Okay, I guess it became a little bit more pudgy. Like, I don't know, these are a little longer, I think, the home ones. Yeah, I don't know. I get Sword and Shield kind of bring it back to a little bit longer. Yeah, these ones are very pudgy, but this gives it more of the, I don't know, the cup shape, I guess. I don't know. Mug-shaped body, I don't know. Anyway, in the anime, Gloom in the anime. Okay. Pokedex entries in episode 107 in Ash's Pokedex. Gloom, the weed Pokemon. Gloom gives off a very unpleasant smell. While strong against water-type Pokemon, Gloom is weak against fire and flying types. In Diamond and Pearl, episode 31, in whatever Gardenia is, Gloom, the weed Pokemon. It gives off a powerful aroma that can cause those to smell it to faint from 2 miles away, or 3 kilometers. In the manga, Gloom and Pokemon Pocket Monsters, TCG, Trivia. Gloom is the only dual-type Pokemon that can evolve into a single-type Pokemon. In the anime, James's description of Gloom's stench is confused in some sources as a description of his coughing. Although Gloom has the chlorophyll ability, it is actually based on a genus of plants, Rafflesia, that do not contain chlorophyll. Huh. Weird. Origin. Gloom seems to be based on a mandrake. Plants from the Mandragora genus whose roots sometimes resemble human figures, and the budding stage of Rafflesia, a genus of parasitic plants known for their large, foul-smelling flowers. Its brown leaves may also allude to its parasitic origins, as if the flower is drawing nutrients away from Oddish's formerly green leaves and causing them to wilt. Female Gloom resemble Rafflesia Hazalti due to the larger spots on their petals. Its tendency to emit a foul odor when it feels threatened is similar to a skunk and comes from Rafflesia's rotting flesh smell. The fact that its pungent pollen can be made into a fragrant perfume may be a reference to musk, an aromatic substance secreted from the glands of various animals that is a common perfume ingredient but smells unpleasant in high concentrations. Name origin. Gloom may be derived from gloom, a state of depression, glue due to its sticky substance, and bloom. It may also involve gloom, a leaf-like structure. That's clever. Kusayahana may be derived from Kusayhana, stinking flower. Very likely, yes. In other languages, external links, yeah, let's move on.
Now let's watch Gloom's first scene in the anime.
Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 26, Pokemon Sensation. In this episode, Ash and his traveling companions, Misty and Brock, who's not in the scene, have come to Celadon City. They're currently in a perfume store. That's Pikachu, that's Ash's faithful Pokemon companion there. And so she's trying on different perfumes from these saleswomen, and he's protesting that she buy because he thinks that perfume smells. And then, so, yeah.
Perfume's just a waste of money, and it stinks! Go away!
I resent that remark.
Huh?
There's the Gloom. That's...
The manager! Young man, are you
That's the Gloom's first appearance, technically, so, let's move on. Now let's see why people love Gloom. Now let's look at fan art.
Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you familiar with the series, you might be wondering why we're looking at this single image here, and that's because it's the only image we'll be doing today. So this is Gloom by Joshua Dunlop. This CGI Gloom, kind of maybe more realistic. It might be something we might have seen in Detective Pikachu. You know, it's very, very good art. Yes. That's it. So let's move on.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight as I need to wait until I've talked about Eevee before I can evolve Oddish into Gloom. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Vileplume. As always, this isn't my proper outfit. You'll see me tomorrow.